This massive naval formation represents billions of dollars and thousands of lives. To protect assets on this scale, navies don't rely on a single shield. They build a layered defense network spanning hundreds of miles. The outermost layer of that network starts right here on the flight deck. Carrier-launched fighter jets are tasked with intercepting incoming threats while they are still hundreds of miles away from the fleet. Closer in, guided missile destroyers form a secondary ring. They fire long-range interceptor missiles to engage targets at over-the-horizon distances. But certain weapons are specifically designed to slip through those nets. Modern sea-skimming anti-ship missiles stay incredibly low to the water, using the natural curvature of the Earth to hide from long-range radar. Because the outer rings act as a filter rather than a solid wall, fleets require a final, fail-safe layer of defense to catch whatever gets through. The modern Brett moves like this, skimming just feet above the ocean surface at supersonic speeds, remaining completely undetected until the last moments of flight. By the time it clears the horizon, the missile enters a critical space known as the dead zone. It is now too close for the ship's own defensive missiles to arm and maneuver, but it is moving far too fast for conventional human-aimed guns. At Mach 2, an incoming threat covers this final distance in roughly 5 seconds. That timeline is physically shorter than the time it takes a human operator to locate a target, calculate its speed, estimate the correct lead angle, and pull a trigger. To mount any kind of defense in that shrinking window, a system has to bypass the human central nervous system entirely to achieve millisecond response times. Survival in this last mile dictates the use of a machine that can see, think, and fire with zero human intervention. This is the Phalanx Close-In Weapon System, or CIWS. Most of the time, it sits entirely dormant on the deck, acting as a silent sentinel. That prominent white dome on top is the radome. It houses the system's brain, which actually consists of 2 distinct, highly specialized radar arrays. Looking at this cross-section, the top antenna is the search radar. It constantly sweeps the sky, performing thousands of calculations to filter out birds, waves, and weather. Once validated, the system instantly hands the data over to the lower track radar, projecting a highly concentrated beam to lock onto the target. Relying solely on its own internal logic, the dual radar brain confirms the threat and authorizes an engagement in a fraction of a second. While the white dome handles the complex math, the mechanical muscle of the Phalanx sits directly underneath it. This is a 20mm M61 Vulcan cannon, a high-precision rotary weapon built to sustain extreme rates of fire. Cycling at 4,500 rounds per minute generates enough friction to melt standard weapon steel. By distributing that heat across 6 alternating barrels, the gun can maintain its structural integrity during a high-speed burst. These linked rounds are Mk149 Sabo ammunition. They contain heavy tungsten penetrators specifically designed to shatter the reinforced airframe of a missile on impact. Combining a high-speed rotary mechanism with dense penetrator rounds ensures the mount throws a literal wall of flying metal directly into the threat's path. When the Phalanx physically engages, the crew becomes entirely passive observers. The system achieves its accuracy through a localized feedback loop known as closed-loop spotting. Here, the track antenna monitors the incoming red missile and its outgoing blue bullet stream. The computer continuously measures the physical distance between them, the error vector. The Phalanx actively steers mid-burst, physically bending the blue trail to merge with the red until they intercept. You can see the sheer output of this correction in a heavy, sustained burst of fire tracking out over the water. This closed-loop logic allows the Phalanx to react in real time, walking its fire onto the target as the intercept develops. In the immediate seconds after a target is destroyed, the firing stops and the gun mechanically resets to its neutral, forward-facing position. This entire sequence operates on a man-on-the-loop dynamic. Humans authorize the system to turn on and scan for targets, but they lack the physical speed to participate in the actual trigger pull. Handing over a kinetic, life-or-death decision to a localized algorithm requires navies to place immense trust in the machine's coding when human reflexes fail. The CIWS effectively removed human latency from the defensive kill chain, ensuring that reactions are governed by processor speed rather than biological limits. Navies are currently investing heavily in directed energy weapons and electronic jamming to handle the threats of tomorrow. Yet the kinetic reliability of a rotary cannon remains the gold standard for close-in defense. On a modern destroyer like this, the Phalanx serves as a mechanical guardian, allowing a ship to operate in hostile waters with a final, unbreakable safety net. Because in the last 5 seconds of a ship's life, the only difference between survival and disaster is 20 millimeters of autonomous engineering.